Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Taroscope reading for January the 4th through to the 10th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you for your likes, your shares, for subscribing. Thank you for just showing up every day and giving me the support that you do. Thank you, truly. So now let's get to the energy of the week. Let's get to you. And we have three cards, and then we have the Judgment card over top of it. So judgment is one where you don't want to push through energy, that you want to think things through, that you want to give it your best at all times, whether it is in a relationship, whether it is through work, whether it is in the community, at the home, your spirituality, your health and well-being. You want to take the time. You don't want to push things through. You don't want to be jumping to conclusions. You don't want to, well, let's start with the three cards. We got the Four of Cups, okay? So it's taking time to be grateful for the things that are present in your life, the opportunities that surround you, the people that surround you, the things that surround you. The second card is the Nine of Swords. So one thing that you really need to ask yourself when you are going through the week is, will this bring me happiness and joy, or will this bring me frustration, sadness, regret? Okay, because the Nine of Swords is all about staying awake till the wee hours of the morning, replaying things in your mind, beating yourself up about certain things. I mean, you know, when you are ready to go to sleep at night and you allow anxieties to come in, your brain says, let's talk, and you agree. You say, okay, let's do it. Your mind will pull up every negative thing that you've ever done in your life and replay it for you. So that's never a good thing. So maybe it's keeping things realistic this week. Maybe it's not, you know, you see something and you want to buy it, and so you just go ahead and you don't think about it and you do it, which is going right against Judgment, the card Judgment. Because in the wee hours of the morning, you're thinking, oh, I've got that bill to pay and I owe this, and how am I going to, you know, make the dollar meet the month? Do I really need that? I didn't need that. I don't even have a use for it. So you want to think about every action that you do, and make sure that you are doing deliberate actions this week so that you don't have regrets, so you don't have anxieties come in, so you don't have worries coming in. And it's the same thing when you're having conversations with people, especially because we have the King of Swords here. And he is he's showing up a lot. So I think not only will you be this energy, but I think a lot of people around you will be this energy. So it involves caution because he's very ego driven. The King of Swords is very ego driven. He is kind of my way or the highway attitude. He can become very arrogant very easily, very self-centered, or he can at least appear that way or seem that way. So sometimes when we are trying to get our point across and it doesn't seem like it's heading anywhere, and you know, we get restless, we get frustrated, and so we start being overbearing or overpowering, and we don't need to be. Okay, we don't want to push through the energy. We don't want to force, make ultimatums this week, unless it really needs to be. But that is through thought, that is through meditation, that is through prayer, that you understand what needs to be said and how you're going to say it and how it's going to be received and how you want it received. It's really looking at all the angles of every word you say this week, every action you say this week, because you want the energy to work with you. You want to be at the top of your game, right? As the week goes through the energy, and at the end of the week going into next week, you want to be strong and empowered. So it is going to take reflecting on things this week. It's going to say, is this purchase something that I need or something that I just want right now? Is this action called for, or could I go about it a different way? Are these words imperative to say in this conversation, or could I use my words differently to get the buy-in that I want and need? We have the Four of Swords. So as well, I mean, really guard your health this week. Now, anxiety and worry, since that was one of our main cards, could play a large part in that. One, it could keep you up late at night. You're not getting the right sleep. You're not getting the right rest. So when we are tired, when we are worn down, when our batteries need recharging and we fail to charge them, that's when we get the colds, the sicknesses, the diseases come in and attack our body because it's been waiting for a moment like this. So we want to guard our health this week. We want to make sure that everything in our daily routine is right. So it's a well-planned week. It's being very disciplined this week. It's being very determined this week. Because you don't want to, when you need rest, you need to take rest. You need to recharge your batteries when you need to recharge your batteries. If you feel like you need alone time, then you need alone time. Prayer and meditation is vitally important to you this week. One, it'll give you a chance to reflect on your actions going forward and how you want things to play out. But two, it will bring you into balance and it will strengthen you. We have the World card. You have come through on your path now, and you are ready to go into the next part of your path, the next part of your development. You have gained the wisdom. You have gained the wisdom through your lessons. You have a good understanding of where you want to go, who you want to become, what you want to create. And this is all stuff that, has happened, especially in the last couple of months in your life. Maybe the last 6 months, maybe the last 4 months, maybe the last month, but it's been a progress in order to get to this point. But you are now ready to go forward. Okay, so part of the energy too is the Knight of Swords of wanting to go forward too fast. And we have to go back to where did our Judgment card go? I buried him alive. We want to make sure that we are not, this energy, not this energy. This energy is, failure isn't even a word. You just want to go forward. You race out into that field, you raise your sword, you yell charge, and you figure victory will be yours. And victory can be yours so long as that you are using judgment. So long as you are thinking things through, so long as you are not trying to push through energy before you are ready to push through that energy. Okay, you don't want to miss steps in your plan. You don't want to jump the gun. You don't want to overpower your dreams to the point where you have exhaustion. Because there can be a lot of success this week. There can be a lot of victory this week. And the Six of Wands says it all. Okay, you were about success this week, and so maybe that's part of the energy that's surrounding you is you feel very confident that the way you are going forward is the right way forward. Be careful with that, okay? You don't want to be tapping into the wrong energy or being so sure of yourself that you place blinders on yourself and you don't see what could happen, what might happen potentially if certain things were in place, certain energies were in place, certain words were said, certain actions were done. You want to be confident, but you also want to be prepared. But success is definitely, and this might be pushing you into wanting to go, excuse me, wanting to push through energies, wanting to meet goals, maybe fluff off some work in order to direct your energies somewhere else. With the Judgment card, you have to be very careful not to cut corners, not to take the shortcuts, to definitely take the long way, to think things through, to be the mastermind in your life. Now we have the Two of Pentacles, and so you know what? Conversations might come up through close friends, close associates, maybe the boss at work, maybe people in the neighborhood, maybe the family. feeling like you are putting too much attention into one area of your life and not paying attention to other areas of your life. And there could be arguments, there could be confrontations, there could be people trying to pull you down um, and get you to see their perception of you. So if that happens this week for you, take a step back and definitely pray, definitely meditate, definitely think through their words, and then have an honest look at your life and say, am I putting too much energy? Maybe you're spending too much time at work, or maybe too much time in the shopping mall, or too much time tinkering with your car that you're rebuilding in the garage. Whatever it might be, maybe they have a little bit of truth wrapped up in there in their own perception of what you are going through and the path you are walking. So don't just attack their words, rather listen to them. And they may be completely wrong, okay? Just because they have that opinion doesn't mean they're right, and that you should pay attention to it, and that you should, well, you should pay attention to it, whether or not it is a guiding force or just a realization of where they are coming from, and your relationship with them becomes clearer. That's for you to figure out. But the whole idea is to take a step back and figure it out, to understand where you sit in each other's lives, understand maybe you are spending too much time at work or in the garage working on that car. Maybe you're not. Maybe that fuels you. Maybe that is your form of meditation. Maybe that is your quiet place. Maybe that's the place where you can think things through and understand things clearer, and you really do need to crawl into your cave every so often this week in order to have the right judgments going forward. Now, as you leave this week and you go into next week and towards the weekend and whatnot, you're going to get this strong sense of how you are going forward. This is where you're going to start actually implementing a step in your path. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is all about hard work. And once again, we have to lean against the Judgment card here because people are watching, even if you don't think people are watching. So you need to keep your integrity high, that a job worth doing is a job worth doing well, to put your all into it, your energy into it, regardless of what it is. I would think for the majority of you, it has to do with money because these are both Pentacle cards. It could be your health and well-being, but I would think the majority of you, it is finances, it is your career, it is your job, or definitely it's the part of you that has the most passion and joy. And realize that with the Six of Pentacles, it's the give and take in relationships. It's the give and take of teamwork. It's the give and take of different groups within the community or the neighborhood that's really going to matter the most and help you along your path the most. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.